Yo guys, Riax here. So today we're going to do a track walkthrough of my latest track called Memories, and I'm going to explain a little bit of the creative process behind it, how I made the track, some tricks, some I don't know, just show how I made it and the thought process behind it. So let's begin. So over here I have the project. It's decently big. It isn't that big. I started it in the end of September on 2024. So it's already quite an old track. It's already 1.5 years old. I spent almost 100 hours on it. Most of it is just trying to change stuff, mixing, making small tweaks. To be really fair, most of the track usually comes pretty fast, within 20 hours or so. Doesn't matter. So let's dive into the fucking project. We'll start off with the mix intro. Nothing special. It's pretty much just the punch of the kick for 16 bars. I think it's 16 bars. Yeah, 16 bars just for mixing and stuff. Let's skip this part because it's really not that interesting. So the thought process behind the track is that it was a track between, or at least I got inspired by one of those poetry, spoken words.
Hey,
Oh,
it's me. I mean, you know that. I know I keep calling and texting. I don't mean to be annoying, but I don't know if or when you'll ever call me back.
I don't know. I got inspired by one of those spoken word poetry voicemail things. So I downloaded it, I ripped it. Yeah, I cut it up, and I added some thunder. I really love thunder. It really makes. Sorry, I will be coughing a lot more in this video. My throat is fucked. I got sick recently, and I'm still kind of like recovering. Please just ignore it. Okay, so pretty much, I really like thunder. I use it in a lot of my tracks.
Hey,
I was recording with my own voice.
I knew you wouldn't pick.
And
I knew you wouldn't pick
Yeah.
up. I know we don't really talk to each.
it has some. That's
I knew you wouldn't pick up. I know.
just a little bit of distortion to kind of get a little bit of that crackle going, which you have on a phone microphone and speaker.
I knew you wouldn't pick up. I know we don't really.
No.
I knew you wouldn't pick up. I know
And
we
then of
don't.
course we have the EQ that makes it a
I knew
voicemail.
you wouldn't pick up.
So a lot of mid frequencies and pretty much the highs and lows are cut.
I knew you wouldn't pick up. I know we don't really talk to.
Then I changed something to make it a little bit more
I
prettier.
knew. I knew you wouldn't pick
I
up.
removed some of the harsh frequencies and soft clipper,
I knew you wouldn't pick
so
up.
it wouldn't clip.
I knew
Oh, yeah.
you wouldn't pick up. I know we don't really talk to each other.
Hold up, I completely forgot to explain the story behind the track. Pretty much the story behind the track is a couple that got broken up a couple of years ago, and one day the girl receives a voice or a call which goes to voicemail from her ex that pretty much tells her that even though he's glad they broke up, he still sometimes misses her and hopes that, I don't know, maybe they can try again, maybe they'll meet again, and cross each other's path one more time. And then of course she gets into thinking, thought that she was over it, but ended up missing him too. That's pretty much where it's about, and I have some so that's pretty much the story. And let's go back to the track because it's much more important. So some crackle. That adds atmosphere.
To say that to me. miss you and I miss all of the time we spent together.
And then slowly all of the ambience
Again, goodbye.
starts. And then we have the track. I always use a shit ton of ambience. I always like it. Really gives the track, a lot of, I don't know, it makes you feel like you're flying. I like it. Also really like the creative process behind it. I didn't do it too much on this one. Usually I go a lot further with more parts going and leaving and whooshes and dishes and dashes. To be fair, this track also didn't need it. I got some guitar riff. Yeah, that pretty much does a lot. It's pretty simple. The intro is pretty simple. Of course, you have that voicemail. Yeah, we have these killer vocals.
2 years gone.
Which, yeah. Oh, let's turn this off.
2 years gone.
Just some EQ,
2 years gone.
de-essing, EQ, soft clipper,
2 years gone.
more EQing.
Yeah.
Some
2 years
compression.
gone.
Just a little bit. Really love this compressor. It's really simple, but it works really nicely. And then a pull tag, which I just use to boost a little bit of the higher frequencies, just a little bit of the highs. Then another EQ to remove all of the unnecessarily low end.
2 years gone. Yet an echo.
Oh yeah, and of course I have some reverb and delay, which is used for holla. With some side chaining and some EQing to
Yet an echo.
which is just some EQing to shape up the sound a little bit. Further,
2 years gone. Yet an echo.
we have a piano, which I think is actually FL keys. Yeah. You can actually use FL keys pretty nicely. Of course, they're better out there, but it's actually you can really do decent with it. Further, some pad. It just follows the chords. It's nothing special. Here we have strings, which I want to dive a little bit deeper. Oh yeah, we have a bass. Just a single note reese. It's really nothing special, but I don't know. Yeah, it creates some low end, really starts to increase some tension. Strings, it's actually stuck FL. It's a really nice one. You can really use, I don't know, I really like to use this one. And it's just the chords layered on top of each other, made big, of course, made it a little bit more human. Also, what's kind of cool about this one is there's a harmony melody kind of thing in it, which moves with the chords. I made these notes a little louder, so you can kind of hear it on top, hear the harmony on top of it. Yeah, it works so well compared with the vocal, which also has some side layers. Yeah, it really starts to get bigger, and that's really nice. And then we're going straight to the the melody. Let's focus on the melody a little bit later. Let's first start with the other stuff. Some simple chords, nothing special, some plugs, a little bit simple arp. And with a sub and a reese, I used to have them separate. I used to grab a reese, remove to around 100 hertz, I think, and then add a sub under there, which wouldn't recommend, but that's how I did it back then. Yeah, that would make this big sub, but you could also just do it in the reese. So yeah, don't do that. It's a waste of your time. The melody. It consists of a shit ton of leads. Yeah, it's mostly tonal. I used a lot more tonal leads back then and not really that much sauce. But yeah, it's also pretty simple, just some distortion to make it sound a little bit more nasty and disgusting, and then some EQ to remove the low. This one has a little cut or a little dip on the mids and a boost on the highs. I pretty much always boost the highs on my leads. This one I have a little blood overdrive, which adds a little bit of mid, makes it also a little bit more disgusting, a little bit of mids. Little distortion to again make it a little bit bigger and yeah, a little bit more disgusting. And yeah, I pretty much just do stuff like that with all my leads. Everything has this one has a little dip. Usually I add a little. Oh, maybe I should. Since that's also part, that can really give the lead a body. And then I also always do a little add on the high end. So yeah, if you grab all of the just leads, sounds pretty big. Then we go to the chords, which is pretty much just notes stacked on top of each other. It's just a copy of the second, the two highest. I always, that's pretty interesting, the way I create my chords / harmonies, or how the fuck you want to call it. I always move the top note of the chord is always the note that's playing on the melody, and that creates I don't know, that kind of creates a nice vibe. Creates some nice harmonies. That's just the way that I do it. It's not the right way, it's not the wrong way. There's really no way of creating this stuff. And yeah, that also has some EQ, some boost on the highs. I always add a little punch. It's just placed on a single note, which is usually the root note. And that, just gives the leads a little bit more of a punch. You don't want to overdo this effect. Can't even hear it, pretty much, but it's there. Usually I have it a little bit louder, but I didn't really turn it up that much on this one. Really doesn't matter. The bass line, just the init with a destructor. I really like to use this one. It's a free FL plugin. It's a basic FL plugin. I think it's a guitar distortion. The reason I like this one is that it creates some unique sounds. So I pretty much just slap this one on, switch through the presets, turn some stuff off, turn some stuff on, and that's pretty much it. And then EQ to remove the sub, because we already have a sub and we don't want to use these sub frequencies, because then they'll clash and make the mix fucked. That's pretty much how I did all of this. The lead bus, a OTT, just a little bit, around 15%, just for compression. A pull tag to add a little bit of mids and a little bit more of the highs. Just gives it some nice character, some EQs to just shape the sound to the way I want it. This one, is just for effect. Pretty much where I use it for I don't know, sweeping low cut or so, I don't know, or high cut, I don't know what you would exactly call it, don't really care right now. And then this one I use for the climax. I remove a little bit more of the low frequencies, because I want to make room for the kick. And of course that gets sent to a reverb and a delay bus, which just the same as the vocal, has some delay, has some reverb on with an EQ to shape up the sound a little bit, with a limiter or limiter, sorry, a sidechain. Right now, of course, I've also learned a lot more. I would you never put the bass line on the lead bus because you don't run reverb on the bass line. Right now, I would create a new channel, channel, then get including the bass line, get everything on that channel. Put some EQ to just shape it up one final time, and a compressor which kind of glues the reverb and the delay and glues everything together one more time. Just a simple, I have not used it here, but CLA 3A, I think was that one. CLA, yeah, this one. And so around -3. It just glues it on there. I haven't done that here. I didn't do that back then. Some chords, plugs. I already showed this. The build up. Nothing special. Oh. Just a lot of percussion. So yeah, it's again not that special. Some bass plugs, I haven't talked about those. Something Headhunt, I don't know, saw on one of his live streams. Oh. Goddamn. Which is pretty much just the, yeah, it's a plug on the bass line. It adds a little bit of character. Nothing that special, but I don't know, I just like to use it. After that, yeah, pretty simple build up, of course. Then the drop, the climax. Oh yeah, I again used the beep from the voicemail. Now felt fitting. Yeah, and over here we just have the climax, kick. Nothing special. I added a little, sub enhancer to give the kick a little bit more punch. And just give it a little more sub, and that knocks a little bit harder now. That's nice. A Reese with a lot of low cut, so it makes a lot more room for the kick. And then this is an effect I like to use. Sometimes it works really nicely. Over here, of course, you have the melody, which kind of stops. And it continues. If you were to cut all of the noise, and then you have your kick or your punch, remove everything like I've done here, and add punch reverb. I don't know, it smacks really hard. I like it. There are a couple of tracks where I use this effect kind of a lot. But yeah, this was one of those tracks that could really use it. On a beep. And yeah, we have some snares, some risers, the bass plug gets added, Again, this is not that special. Over here I use that, I don't know, that high cut effect. It's just a little, but I don't know, it really, it closes the lead and really, I don't know, ends it in a nice way. Then we go to the second part, which adds some more piano, some extra percussion, reverb. It just includes a lot more. I don't know if it even includes more it just adds some stuff. Of course the lyrics change.
Told myself I led, but now it's cold and I don't know. Told myself
The vocalist absolutely killed it with this one. It sounds so awesome. Really tell the story. Really work nice. Some preverb. I think it's leads. Yeah, I don't really use that much preverb. I almost never use it on the vocal. Yeah, some over there. Think I didn't. Over here it's also on the guitar, but I didn't copy it over here. Okay. We have a little switch up in the melody. Yeah, it's pretty simple. Some claps. For here we have the same effect, a little bit bigger. Build up, it starts a lot more acoustic. We have the strings again, piano chords, pad, and then a lot more percussion at ends, starts. Now we have a fake drop. The melody pretty much only the leads play. And then all of the chords come as soon as the real kick drops. Also I just have the chords, don't have the plugs, no rees, just made everything a lot more empty. Yeah, it worked pretty nicely. You can also, I didn't do it, but do a little. That's the runway, yeah. Kind of exaggerated, but you get the point. Just add a lot more stereo width. I did not do that because, I didn't want to do that. I don't know, just didn't do it. And then we have the second kick, the punch or the body changes. I get a little bit less punch reverb, same tail. And yeah, it's just bass. And then, I add a lot more of this custom tonal punch. That switches it up nicely. Of course, the lead is sidechain to the kick. Oh yeah, I always keep I don't exactly put it on the on the point where the kick hits on the beat. I always make a little delay. Emulates more of a an analog compressor. I also right now I do it more on this shape. I make this very tiny. I learned that from Ecstatic. It works really nice. For the chords and the rees and the plugs, I use a much longer sidechain, which also does not follow the kick, it just follows the beat. Gives a lot more drive. I don't know, it makes a better groove. The vocal, which is not sidechained, but send these really nice ad-libs, and they work. You can barely hear them, but they work really nicely. And then we're already at the end. So we pretty much have the vocals. I wanted to do something original with them, and since it was I don't know, it was a voicemail, I was like, why don't I make the voice change to much more of the crappy phone speaker.
Memories go back again. I thought I buried everything.
And then hang up sound, really close to the track nicely. It's pretty much a copy of, a copy of the effects that I use on my voice with the voicemail. And maybe that I changed some of the EQ. I'm not even sure if I did, just to shape it up a little bit better. It just switches. And this was actually something that I didn't took that much time, but I really had to figure out how I wanted to do this, of course. But yeah, in the end, it worked really nicely. It's pretty much just figuring out how to route it. And yeah, of course, some ambience. I always close off my tracks with an outro. I don't know. I feel like after the climax, if you go into the feels, just one time, really shortly. Yeah, it closes the story off nicely. And then the master. I always like to master in the project. Well, how I would do it now, I would create a pre-master bus, where right now lead one is, but I would make that a pre-master bus, so I could turn the volume down, not get it into the clipping part, into the distortion. Right now I did it on the master, and that means that you have to master on the current. That causes the next problem. It's as soon as you have a channel selected, it only routes that channel through the master effects. So it sounds weird when producing and when you don't know what's happening. All of a sudden, your vocal gets extremely loud because it gets mastered and the rest doesn't. If you do that in the way that I explained how I do it now, it's much easier. I like to master in the project because if I want to change something, I don't know, make the kick a little bit louder, change some of the leads, I don't have to re-export it and do so much more work. I just change it in the project. That does mean, of course, it takes a little bit more computer power, but that's not a problem right now, so I can do that. Also, my master is pretty simple. A little bit of compression, a little bit of EQ. I always remove, everything, all of the stereo from until 100 hertz. Because apologies, because that really, I don't know, there is really no use in that. Over here was a lot. So I just remove this. After that, I add a little bit of dynamic EQ on the sub. I don't know what this one is for. It really doesn't matter. I add a little bit of stereo width on the high end. Just get the highs popping a little bit, and also add just a little boost on the high. I pretty much boost the highs a lot in total, because it, of course, it adds up. But yeah, it's hardstyle and it's actually pretty loaded with high frequencies. And that gets sent to a Maximus. I pretty much only use Maximus for the loudness. It's the I pretty much use the preset, mastering, clear master RMS, and then change it up so nothing pretty much clips. And then the Union loudness meter, I always master to around 5 -5. And that's, in my opinion, loud enough. I don't really see a reason to go much much more than that. It also means you have to lower your bass, because otherwise that starts to distort. So yeah, that's pretty much the project. It's not that complicated, but yeah, it just works really nicely. So yeah, if you have any questions, I don't know, leave them in the comments and I'll probably get to them one day. So yeah, that's it. See you later. Bye bye.